Welcome to another NCIX Tech Tips video, everybody. Here, we've got a, it's like a diagonal box or something. I don't know what this is. Ah, I figured it out. Turns out this is the Omen X gaming desktop from HP, and man did they turn normal PC design on its head, or slightly on its side. Anyway, it took me a second to comprehend what was going on with the design of the Omen X when HP sent it to us to do a video. It's this mysterious cube thing with hard drives over here and removable panels all over the place and eerie customizable LED lighting on the front. But it's not all flash and no substance. There's actually some pretty cool reasons for its unusual configuration. Now what the Omen X is essentially is a cube-shaped PC chassis tilted at a 45-degree angle and split into three main chambers. That's three right there. The largest for the main system components, one for hard drives, and one for the power supply and cable management. The main compartment has what is more or less a traditional side panel, which you release by simply hitting the button at the back, allowing you to take the whole thing off. HP says that the ability to get at the inner workings of the PC without laying it on its side was a big reason for its unusual design, and indeed, it does make it very easy to get in there and fiddle around if you need to do that. The other benefit is apparently that the case has more surface area exposed, which maximizes cooling through the three distinct chambers. Not sure about that particular point, but the entire chassis is made with galvanized steel, so perhaps it does kind of act like a big heatsink. Regardless, I think we all know the real reason for the Omen X's radical design. It looks pretty cool. Now back to that main chamber we were talking about. Lifting the panel off reveals a pretty standard ATX motherboard PC layout. Our particular unit has an Intel Core i7-6700 non-K processor cooled by a custom HP Tower air cooler, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, a 256 gig NVMe M.2 SSD, and a Founders Edition GeForce GTX 1080, plus a Blu-ray combo drive, Bluetooth 4.0, and AC Wi-Fi. But there are quite a few different variants of the Omen X, ranging from units with a Radeon RX 480 up to dual GTX 1080s and hard tube water cooling. Our unit's cooling consists of one fan for intake and one for exhaust, although there are fans in the other chambers cooling the storage drives and power supply. Suffice to say, the build we have should be more than enough to handle demanding games and VR. And just a side note, it was cool to see the little support arm here preventing GPU sag. It's the little things. Now around the back we can see more clearly how the chambers are divided, with that panel release button and Kensington lock just above the rear I/O. There we have an optical SPDIF audio port, HDMI, 6 USB 3.0 ports, Ethernet port, and a 3.5mm audio port. The GPU ports will of course depend on your GPU. That should be somewhat obvious, especially to our audience. Now let's move on. On the other upward-facing side, we see the front I/O, or side I/O, rather, with the power button, Wi-Fi indicator, headphone and mic jacks, 2 USB 3 Type-A ports, 2 USB 3 Type-C ports that also support fast charging, and an SD card reader. Below that are 4 storage drive bays with a pretty cool tool-less design, one of which is loaded with our unit's 2TB hard drive. On the bottom-facing side, we have the Blu-ray combo disk drive separating the hard drive chamber from the very bottom chamber. Now, that last chamber contains the power supply in the rear, which is a 1300 watt unit in this case, so it's pretty impressive, lots of room for expansion there, and there's space for extra cables in the front. But it's also got this little tool set in the front you can access by pulling off the front panel, which is adorned by a LED Omen logo. There's a set of screws, a combo Phillips screwdriver and Allen key, and this little tool for pulling the panels off. So that's pretty cool to see. If you take that off, the toolkit that is, you can see the chamber that holds the extra length of cable, which you might need if you were to modify your rig's components. So that's the Omen X. It's definitely unique to say the least, and whether it appeals to you or not depends on whether you prefer your PCs small and unobtrusive or large and in charge. I think it's quite obvious that this one falls into the latter category. It will also depend on how much you want to spend. That rhymes. I didn't realize that when I wrote it. As I said, there's a number of configurations, but they start with the bare case by itself for $599 US. Our specific configuration here that we have goes for $2,400 US. Now there's a lot of other PC cases and even full gaming systems out there for much less, but will they make people as jealous or confused? as the Omen X? Not likely. Now, HP wasn't content to just create an eye-catching monster gaming PC. They had to make the whole setup. So they also sent us these Omen peripherals to complete our gaming station. For display, we got a 32-inch 1440p monitor with a 5 millisecond response time, 75Hz refresh rate, and USB pass-through. HP also partnered with Steelseries to create special Omen versions of the Steelseries Siberia 200 headset, Rival 300 gaming mouse, Apex 350 gaming keyboard with low-profile membrane keys and a ridiculous amount of macro keys, and the QCK mousepad. So if you want a fully cohesive Omen-branded battle station, you can have that. Maybe you want it, maybe you don't, but it's nice to know the options there. Now, is the Omen X for everyone? I think we all know the answer is no. A system that starts at $599 for just the case is going to be a tad expensive for a lot of people. So who is it for? Gamers who want to go full-on beast mode and who have some cash to spare. It's a pre-built system, but it also does have pretty open options for expandability with the 4 hard drive trays and included toolkit for installing more fans or water cooling if you so desire. If you are interested or just want more details, the link will be in the description below, and you can leave a comment, even if it's just completely impractical at the moment. Would you be interested in a radically different case like this one? Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I have to move into the center so I'm fitting in the outro. You can click here to watch more videos, follow us on social media over here, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX. Or should I say, more videos better than this from NCIX, because, well, I'll let you see when we put up our 1 million celebration video. But we've got some big changes in store. Yep, that's all I can say. I can't say anything else. I gotta go, guys. I can't do it. Gotta go. See you later, guys. I can't talk about it. I can't.